heck of a weekend. I went to Bridge Day, and like, I got to rappel 876-foot bridge. That's like from the center, so it might have been just a touch shorter where I went down, because you know the bridge like curls a little bit. We were sort of, we were like, you'd have to walk the catwalk all the way across till you get to where it was curly a little bit here, and then we'd go down on this side. 876 feet. If you go to my Facebook, you can see pictures. All right, so I'm still a little dragging. So I get in on Sunday night late, and I go right to work Monday and make this passel full of soap. It's everywhere. There's soap over there, there's soap over there, there's soap over there. It's everywhere. It's right behind me too. Anyway, and so I got in this notion about making an icing type soap for decoration of hot process soap. And so this is like totally just off the cuff. And during this video, my daughter comes, and I'm helping birth puppies in between making these soaps. So at one point, like the lid to the crock pot goes sailing off and hits the floor, because normally I'm a lot more organized. I did this once before. I did an unorganized video, and I think people blamed me, and they said it was I did it on purpose or something. But every once in a while, I just get unorganized, okay? Anyway, so I decided I wanted to see if I could make like an icing type out of some hot process soap by adding water to it, boiling water, and if I could beat it and make it sort of like an icing, and if I could use a piping method to sort of like stuff it inside the soap, and so that's what we're fixing to do. And I'm not going to tell you what it comes out to look like, but I really love the scent, and I love what I did with it. But now that we've got it down, what we could do, and it does work, we can play with it. So watch this video. Okay guys, we are working on this little idea that I had. I've got, we're gonna make bentonite clay and unrefined hemp oil soap. Here's 2.5 ounces of hemp oil. This is our normal superfats, which combines shea butter, olive oil, coconut oil, vitamin E, and glycerin. I've cooked one batch of soap, and to get the recipe for the superfats and this soap, you would go to KimberlyMcNutt.com, KimberlyMcNutt. And I have made this. It does not have its superfats in it yet. So the first thing we're going to do is, I've got a preheated crock pot that doesn't have anything in it, and I'm going to move some soap over into it. So I'm going to put 4 tablespoons over here, and a little dab will do ya, as they say. And I'm going to take some of my superfats and some of my hemp oil, and I'm going to blend that all up. So I'm superfatting this soap. You could have probably mixed it all together first, but I didn't, so there you go. And I'm going to now I'm going to add some water, some boiling water. Let me see if y'all can see. There we go. Let me move this over here. I've got boiling water right here below me, and I want to liquefy this soap a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of water. And because the crock pot is hot, it's sizzling a bit, but that's okay. We got to keep this hot. Alright, we're going to add some more. 1, and this is boiling water. So that's 4 tablespoons of water. And I'm I'm gonna let that sit and everything. And now I'm gonna add my, I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of bentonite clay to my super fats and blend that up. Oh, that's why I didn't do it then, because I wanted to add the bentonite clay to it. And so I'm going to blend up the bentonite clay, which will leave little grainy spots if you don't watch out. So you have to really work hard to blend it. Then I'm going to add the rest of my hemp oil to it. I wasn't sure if the bentonite clay would cause it to overfill. So this is also going to be a stronger super fat. All right. Now I'm going to add that to our soap. I still have some powder in the bottom that might not be 100% blended. Let's just make sure. Yeah, get that blended. Maybe that will blend down the rest of the way, because it's definitely lumpy. Might have been better to put it in a blender to blend it well. But we'll see, it may stir out fine. And it may leave little bentonite clay spots, which will be attractive to some degree, and probably make it look more earthy and natural and bentonite-y. I think I'm going to take the stick blender for that. Is there anything I can help you with?
Oh, I'm just looking, thinking about this.
Let me see if you can see what I'm up to yet. Alright, so now we will let that cool, and I'm going to scrape the sides and put a lid on both to like that, and they're both off. We have our non-colored soap and we have our bentonite clay colored soap, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I don't know how this little experiment a bit of mine is going to work, but I do know that I want to put some essential oils in here. And I'm doing a blend that I thought sounded fun. So I've got a tablespoon of cinnamon, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of geranium to start. We're going to smell it after that. And then we're going to put 4 tablespoons of ylang ylang. We're going to stir it all up. Oh, that smells nice. Now that's not a lot of essential oils. So now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of lavender in there to finish it off. Possibility after that it might need another tablespoon of lang lang or something, but we'll see. Oh, that's nice. A nice floral with a cinnamon twist. All right. And our soap here is at, let's make sure it's under 160. We're confusing it. We're stirring it so it cannot lie. Yep, just under 160. We're gonna put in our essential oils. And we're going to stir them all up. Oh, that cinnamon gives it a nice little twist. I've tried to never put more than 1 tablespoon of cinnamon in soap. You can put a tablespoon per batch, and there's 2 batches here. All right, so we've went from shiny back to opaque, so this is done. Now we're going to work on this. Oh, I need to unplug it. I can't get it to move over here in front of the camera unless I unplug it. And I had already turned it off, and it's just not fluid enough. I want this to have some fluidity to it, and so I'm putting some more water in here when it's more cooler, and we're going to see if I can get. Now this will cause it to cure a little longer because I'm putting this water in here. But a lot of the water has steamed off because the crock pot was hot. But I wanted this soap here to have more fluidity, which means basically liquidification. And I'm using boiling water each time. 2, 3, 4. That water there had just cooled a little bit. Check temperature of that soap. Okay, that is at 100 and a little bit over 130, so I've got to heat it up a bit. So I've turned the crock pot on, and I got to plug it up though. It don't work, so I'll bring you back. Okay, guys, I know it's been a little haphazard around here. My daughter has been calling me regularly about her dog having puppies. I'm putting a tablespoon of cinnamon in this layer. You can do a tablespoon per batch. This is a double batch. So, and I've heated this up. We've added our water. So, we've got it to where, let me unplug these now. And let me stir the cinnamon in. We've got it to where it's sort of like mashed potatoes. I'd say I've probably added 1/4 cup of water to this. And it is very fluid, very mashed potatoes like and soft. And so now I'm going to try this little notion I had, and who knows if it'll work. If it don't work, we'll make something pretty out of it. But if it works, it'll be fun. So anyway, so I've got a brand new mold from Essential Depot, and I'm putting my soap in here. Three spoonfuls. I should say 3 heaping tablespoonfuls. Alright, and then I'm going to move you back so you can see what I'm up to. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll just have to see. And so now we're going to take this bag and we're going to load this soap into it. And drop it down. And it's very cinnamony. So I thought it would be a fun little cinnamon burst, you know. I've tried using a cake icing piplet, but it clogs it up as fast as before you can get it all out. So now I'm going to try to work this soap down into one of the corners. Alright. Let me see. There we go. You can see what I've done. Okay. And I'm going to finish now dividing it out. So there's another spoonful, another spoonful, another spoonful, another spoonful. That was a crock pot lid. I've got this big long screwdriver, okay, because I thought that would give something to keep the hole open, and so we will see if this will work as a poking device. And as I squeeze the soap out, so now I'm gonna pull up. I've got my screwdriver dead center, so now I'm gonna pull up some plastic and cut a hole. And I thought, and we will see if it works, that would cause me to be able here, let me get you where you can see better. It seems to be working. It seems to be blowing up inside the loaf. Some of it, of course, is coming out, but I think some of it is going in. I don't know if I'm managing it with that last little bit there. Alright, so I've squirted the soap down inside a little bit. Let me get a spoon. Okay, and now I'm gonna take and make a little rhythm. Try to level it out a little bit. All right. This is a work in progress. Okay, so now I think that sort of squirted down into the soap some, and then it's got a sort of like an icing layer on top, and because it's more fluidity, you know, that's sort of pretty there. Just make a sort of almost a solid white top. Let's see if I can do that with this side. More seemed to have gone down into that one than it did this one. But yeah, there we go. So we sort of have a solid white top, and we won't know until we cut it, what it looks like down there where it sunk in or how deep it sunk in. But it was fun trying, and we'll see what happens. I just took a notion that this would be fun, and I could take the screwdriver out now, and I tried using a piping thing one time, but the soap would harden up, cool off, and harden up in the pipelet thing so fast that you couldn't keep the pipelet open. So I thought, well, that screwdriver would give it some stiffness. Okay, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, here we go. We've got our Essential Depot cutter, and here is our test batches of soap. And I'm using the Essential Depot racks and moles, and ta-da, easy as pie. And this, oh, let me see what it smells like. Oh, it smells like heaven. The amounts is perfect for a double batch if you wish to try this as well at home. So, well, let's just, I can't wait. Let's go ahead and cut one. Okay, let's line it up. And away we go. Da 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 da. Kimberly's new stuffed soap. Oh, it didn't. Oh, look, that one there did pretty good. Oh, this is nifty. Look, and you get the little cinnamon punch in the middle. Ah, Yeah, it's a floral with cinnamon. It's so fun. Now, I know that y'all guys can develop on this and make this even better now that we've come up with the theory. Let's talk about it just for a moment. We had, so like, I tried a cake icing thing, but I think that would actually work with the long thing on it. It's just that what I did is I didn't add the water to it and get this to an icing consistency, but what I did is I put that over into the crock when the crock was hot, but it was a small amount of soap, so that did not make it really happy. It dried it out too quickly, and all the water that I was putting in there was like boiling and steaming off, and so if I turned it on low and heated it up, but then I added the water to it, and then I kept adding more water to it, and I think I put probably about 1/4 of a cup of water to that little bitty amount of soap, and then it got too cool, even though I used boiled water, because I cut the crock pot off because it was steaming. But I think I should have just left it on low instead of high and just kept adding the water to it till you got it to this mashed potatoes consistency. And this mashed potatoes consistency did not act like this would have before I tried to put this soap directly in a bag and pipe it through the cake icing piper, and that just started turning into hard soap in the pipe nozzle, and it kept locking it off where you couldn't get anything out. But in this icing or mashed potatoes consistency with water added, it was not giving me any problems about seizing into soap because it got cool. Isn't that nifty? And I know that with my little idea, there's all kinds of creative people out there who can do fun things with this. We'll call it cake icing for hot process soap. So and this is bentonite clay here for the colorant in the dark sections, and I was just did it with that the screwdriver in a bag. But if you'd had a more refined large open cake icing long spout, you could do all kinds of wonderful little things in there and used more than one color. If you did 2 crock pots at one time and took the whole crock pot, the second crock pot, and made and halved it and did 2 colors, wouldn't that be fun in here? Because I didn't do any colorant in here, and so you could do like 2 colors and do 2 different kinds of cake icing swirls around in there, and there's just all kinds of fun little things that you could do, I think. And everything. So this was just like a test batch video, just to sort of give you an idea of what we could do, and everything. Let me get it to where you can see these. And I mean, they're cute, but they're not in any form of uniformity, and we can't call them beautiful. But it is an idea that can be improved on, and you could just do it for icing, just so that you could ice hot process cupcakes with hot process soap, because the cold process soap melts away faster in the shower. And so by adding the water to it and blending it, it makes it into like a mashed potatoes or icing consistency. So you could use it to ice hot processed soap and not try to do stuffed soap. So there you go, cute little idea. I hope y'all guys improve on it. Thank you so much for watching my commercials, and if you want to get the base recipe, which you can find at the base recipe for the soap and the super fats, this is also had hemp oil added, but you can get that at www.kimberlymcnutt.com, KIMBERLYMCNUTT. Look on the free recipe page. All right, bye everybody.